Hey everybody, hope you're doing great. I think some of you have noticed that I have a new book called Extraordinary that just came out last week. And so I basically have set up all my social media, both on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, to focus in on some certain topics from the book for the next 6 weeks. So this week is all going to be about navigation, which is basically the first couple chapters of my book. Next week, identity. After that, permission, and then courage, and then generosity, with a little bit of relationship chucked in the end. So, but today I kind of wanted to throw up a video just to get you thinking. Some of you are out there reading the book already, and I wanted to kind of give you some thoughts that when it comes to navigation, that's basically what we're all trying to do, right? We're trying to navigate through life. We're trying to figure out how to get to this extraordinary life, which again, the definition of extraordinary is any life outside anything actually, not just life, but anything outside the course of normal or ordinary events. And so it doesn't have to be fancy or flashy, but here's the thing, normal everyday events don't have to define you. And so when I say extraordinary, and I want you to live this life, what I'm really trying to say is you can be a person who navigates life with intention and doesn't just react to the situations, the challenges, the problems, or the obstacles you face. And so navigating that, though, is about, in some ways, picking a direction you want to go, making a plan to get there, and then actually taking those steps. But here's the thing. Navigation, most people focus in on the end of the place they're navigating to. Now, the big piece of this is that most people are trying to navigate to a destination. You know, you're trying to go to a city. You're trying to go to a very specific thing. And this sounds like people, when they're talking to me, they will say things like, man, do I need a new job? I think I need to try a different plan. I need a new idea. I need to start a blog. I need to do, and it's all very specific task related. And so they focus in on destinations and then try to evaluate each destination if it's right. Well, there's endless amounts of options when it comes to destinations. When it comes to living a life outside the ordinary, I would say it's more important to actually focus in on the direction. Like, are you moving in a direction? Because there's a lot of different options when it comes to directions. Do you need to quit your job? Well, that depends. What does the direction of you look like? If you tell me that the direction of you is a life where you're getting to control more of your own time and your own money, and you don't want to work for a paycheck, you want more flexibility, then you might not need to start thinking about jobs that slowly wean you off being an employee and helping you start your own business. You know, people will say, well, should I change workout plans or exercise plans? That and a diet, those are all destinations. A better direction is, I want to be able to pick up my grandkids when I'm 85. What are things I need to be doing today to make that still possible where I'm mobile and active when I'm 85? And so you pick a direction and then you start to pick the process day to day. Now the process pieces come out in a section of my book called Courage. But more importantly, the first piece when it comes to navigating, which is this week's theme, is about figuring out, are you stuck on a destination when you really need to be thinking about direction? But another key element of navigation is this idea of when you actually do start to navigate or you make a plan to navigate. Do you really know where you're navigating from? You know, I think that makes all the difference. I can have a map, I could map out a route to get somewhere, but if I don't really know the best starting point, I don't accurately know how long it's going to take me. I don't accurately know if I have the resources, if my plan is sound. Most of us keep hunting for, one, destinations instead of direction, which is a problem. But then two, once we start moving there, most of our plans go sideways or go awry, as they say, when we run out of resources, when we have unexpected things occur. And that's usually because we don't start with being honest about where we are. You're not as broken as you think you are. You're not as screwed up. You're not as defective. And so most people, one, they see themselves so negatively that they are actually throwing away resources. They don't see talents and opportunities and things they have right in front of them. And so that's a problem. And so they make plans to go chase down things to get that they really don't need to. But the other thing is that maybe they actually aren't as healthy as they need to be. If you're going to start changing major directions in your life, making decisions, finding the courage to make everyday choices that move you towards yourself, you might actually need to start with, man, I've just got to carve out some margin to be a little healthier. I need to have better work-life balance. I need to get better sleep. I need to start spending less than I bring in. Like there's small choices. And so some of you underestimate the current burdens on your life, and then yet you go to make a plan that unfortunately is destination focused, and it's not quite accurate. The theme for this week is navigation. I want you to navigate a life that is not ordinary. It's not bound and constrained by normal everyday events. And so to do that though, we need to start thinking more in terms of direction, specifically direction of you, but then also to start, are you okay? Are you clear about where you are? Are you seeing yourself and you're brushing away all the dirt and crap that the world puts on your shoulders and experiences and other people's voices put on you, and really going, okay, here are my talents, here's my abilities, what am I going to do with those? Anyway, please, if you are trying to figure out a new destination, a new direction, in a direction of you, pick up a copy of my new book, Extraordinary. Click on the link in the bio. It'll kind of go from there, or the link below. This is Instagram TV after all. You can put links here. Share this with a friend. If you've already read it or you got questions, shoot me questions. Love to actually start talking about people that are actually wrestling with these things. And if you have got a book out there and you've read it, please hop over to Amazon, drop a review. Let me know what you're thinking, guys. Share this with a friend. Hope you're having a great week. Take care. Live an extraordinary life. Never leave alone.